So Isabella, that's a really good question, and I felt like I needed to address that question in a video format because I know there's other people that's either dealing with this or that has that same thought process. And basically what Isabella is saying is, does it really matter if I block her on my phone or I guess on social media or anything like that? Because I still have to see her when I do my child exchange. So I feel like I wrote down 3 reasons of why I feel like it's important. And the first reason is when you're getting away from a toxic person, you want to control your boundaries, basically. So part of boundary setting is controlling the access a person has to you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, she may have to see me for that split second when we're doing the child exchange, but she doesn't have access to like my social media and stuff like that unless she's like making fake pages and stalking from those or something like that. And she doesn't have, the direct access to me to either call me directly or text me directly. And I'm speaking from experience on this because these are the things that I've dealt with all the way up to this point. So trying to heal, when you're trying to go through a healing process, you can't heal in that same environment. So if you're trying to get away from a person, but then this person still has access to text you whenever they want to, or to call you whenever they want to, or you know what I'm saying, just to plant a little seed of like, hey, I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? I'm still in your face. I'm still around you. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's gonna prolong your healing. You know what I'm saying? I went through it. You know what I'm saying? So that's like my first reason of thinking of why I believe that it's still very important to limit as much access that a toxic person has to you. So, and the second one was you can't heal when you're broken. So that was 1 and 2. And then the third one I would say is that knocks are cowards. You know what I'm saying? Like, so face to face is kind of like your playground. On the phone, it's kind of like their playground. So they do a lot of passive aggressive stuff behind the scenes, and they do a lot of, sneaky texting and stuff like that. But when we're face to face, she usually tries to put her mask on, or if the mask is completely off, we just don't speak, and I can actually still control that situation. Like I can choose not to respond to anything that I don't want to respond to. And just the same as text or, I can ignore a text or something like that, but that still doesn't mean that text might not come through and trigger you in some type of ways. You could say anything, you know what I'm saying? So just by you sitting there reading it and seeing, you could easily get triggered by them saying something simple to you. So yeah, I just feel like you need to still control and limit your access, like the access that a toxic person has to you. And so, like I said, if you have to deal with them, and if you're in a situation like mine and you have to deal with the toxic person because you have a child with them or you're still in business with them or anything like that, then I feel like, going gray rock as much as possible and just not being around them as much as you possibly can, keeping as much of your peace as you possibly can. So, and like I said, the main takeaway from this is protecting your boundaries. One of the main components of protecting your boundaries is limiting the access that a toxic person has to you. If you know that a person has a certain access to you, whether it's through social media or whether it's through your telephone or even whether it's through the environment that you're going in, like that you're frequenting. I would even change the environment that I was frequenting if I had to see my narc all the time, like out in public or, any toxic person that I've ever dealt with or anything like that. So that's my video. I hope that helps you. And it is definitely still important, like even from from experience, I'm speaking from experience when I say this. You want to block as much access to these people as possible. So yeah, I do have to deal with her on a face-to-face for a split second. Usually I don't, number one, I don't look at her. Like I literally do not, You know, I try to go out of my way not to look at her at all. We do our child exchange. I'm usually like locked into my child. I pick him up. If she has anything of value to say about the child, and you know, anything medical or anything like that, I'll give a listening ear to it. But anytime it's anything outside of that, I turn around and walk away. So I still have somewhat of control in that environment. I can choose what I want to listen to and what I don't want to listen to. And if it's ever a situation where, and there's been a couple situations since my son was born, but if there's ever a situation where they're trying to trigger you in some type of way, I've literally learned to respond and not react. And a great response sometimes is just walking away. So that's my video, y'all. I hope, like I said, I hope that helps somebody. And if you guys are dealing with this yourselves, man, I'm praying for you. It's definitely not an easy thing to do, but you have to protect your boundaries at all costs. So salute. I'll holler at y'all in a minute. And I'm gonna try to do some of these shorter videos with your comments, because y'all leave so many good comments, and I feel like it's a lot of stuff that needs to be said to everybody, and everybody's not going to get it in the comment section. Everybody's not going to go to the comment section and read it. So I wanted to just go ahead and drop this video and let you know, still from my experience, why I would still try to do my best to block these people. So salute, y'all. I'll talk to y'all in a minute.